क्षिप्र वेग में आगे बढ़ता हुआ ताल ध्वज रथ, क्योंकि भगवान थोड़ा चंचल अपनी मातृभूमि यानी जननी के घर पहुंचना चाहते हैं और भक्त भी 2 साल के बाद रथ खींचना चाहते हैं, इसलिए दोनों के आवेग, दोनों की व्याकुलता यहाँ छलक पड़ रही है। प्रभु आपसे यही प्रार्थना है, मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। अर्थ न धर्म न काम रुचि गति न चाहूँ निर्वाण, जन्म जन्म रति राम पद यह वरदान न आन। नाथ एक बार मांगो राम कृपा करि देहु, जन्म जन्म प्रभु पद कमल कबहु घटे जनि नेहु। आपके चरण कमल से जन्म जन्मांतर तक मेरी भावना, मेरी जो श्रद्धा न घटे, यही कामना करते हैं। और क्या कहें, राजा अजय वर्मा कृष्ण कहते हैं, प्रभु जितने भी मान मिले कितना भी, कभी जग से सदा नाथ विरक्ति बनी रहे। जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति में भी प्रभु के चरणों में सुभक्ति बनी रहे। आपके चरणों में मेरी सुभक्ति बनी रहे, इतनी ही प्रार्थना है प्रभु, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। क्यों? क्योंकि प्रभु आप ही मेरे संबल हो, और इसीलिए तो कहा गया ना, प्रभु अब प्रभु कृपा करो यही भांति, सब तजी भजन करो दिन राति। जन्म जन्म रति तब पद कंदा, बढ़े प्रेम चकोर जिमि चंदा। यह अभिमान जाई जनी भोरे, में सेवक यदुपति मोरे। नित्य प्रति करो कमल पद पूजा, मेरे धर्म कर्म नहीं दूजा। दूसरा और धर्म कर्म कुछ नहीं है मेरा प्रभु, केवल आपके ही शरण में आया हूँ, और आपके शरण में ही मैं शरणागत बन करके रहूँगा, क्योंकि आपके चरण में सब कुछ मिलता है। जहाँ आपके चरण बंधन होते हैं, आप सब प्राप्त भक्तों को प्रदान करते हैं उसी चरण से। और आपकी महाबाहु जो है, उसी महाबाहु की तो महिमा कहने की आवश्यकता नहीं। दूरदर्शन का ये सुंदर कैमरा, और जिसके माध्यम से ओहो जगन्नाथ के अग्रज पहली बार वो अग्रसर हो रहे हैं। कहा जा रहा है प्रभु आप जैसे जैसे अग्रसर होंगे, समस्त संसार में सुख प्रसरित होगा। और महाबाहु की इसी सुंदर लीला में क्या कहते हैं भक्त ना, प्रभु आपकी जो महाबाहु है, उसी महाबाहु में ही मेरा आनंद है, दर्शन और मिलन में। कहा क्या कहूँ किससे सखी, मैं भूल सारे नियम बंधन। आपके दर्शन के लिए, आपसे मिलने के लिए मैं तो सब कुछ भूल गया, लज्जा त्याग दिया मैंने। फिर क्या ना, क्या कहूँ किससे सखी, मैं भूल सारे नियम बंधन। छोड़ जग आचार लज्जा, घूमती ले हृदय व्यूहल। रात दिन संध्या सवेरे, दोपहरी इस कुंज वन में। गूंजती है कान में ध्वनि, प्रतिक्षण वह रूप वह छवि। नेत्र में सब खो गया है कृष्णमय जग। अभी कृष्णमय जग जिधर देखिए, जित देखो तित श्याममयी है। श्याम कुंज मन जमुना श्यामा, श्याम गगन गन घटा छई है। प्रभु आपके सुंदर ये लीला में भक्तगण आकर के जब आपके साथ मिलते हैं तो क्या होता है ना, वो भी आपके साथ मिलकर के आप ही हो जाते हैं। इसीलिए कहा प्रभु आप जब भी आते हैं केवल आपको हम अवलंबन मान जाते हैं, और आपके बिना तो और कोई नहीं है। बलभद्र जी महाराज अभी माँ के घर में जाने की तैयारी में कर्मभूमि से जन्मभूमि की ओर प्रस्थान करते हैं। क्यों? जननी जन्मभूमिश्च स्वर्गादपि गरीयसी, जो बात कही प्रभु ने त्रेता युग में, वही बात अभी सिद्धांत रूप से वो प्रमाणित कर रहे हैं। और कह रहे हैं भक्त तुम ही मन जीवन के अवलंबन हो, तुम ही मन जीवन के अवलंबन कनाई। तुम बिनो सब सुख साज परम सुख दुखदाई। तुम रे बिनु एक छिन कोटि कल्प समभारी। तुम रे बिनु स्वर्ग हो महानरक दुखकारी। सारा संसार मेरे लिए दुख के समान है, और कुछ मिलता ही नहीं प्रभु। क्योंकि आप प्रभु जब हाथ फैलाए यूं बैठे हो, इसी हाथ का तो महत्व ही विशेष है। इसीलिए कहा गया प्रभु माधो में भुज कहाँ दुरायो, जिनय भुजन गोवर्धन धार्यो। सुरपति गर्भ न साये, जिनय भुजनि कालिको नाथ्यो कमल नाल ले आए। जिनय भुजनि प्रहलादो वार्यो हिरण्यनाक्ष को धाये। जिनय भुजनि दामरी बंधाए जमला मुक्ति पठाए। जिनय भुजनि गज दंत उपार्यो मथुरा कंस ढाए। जिनय भुजनि अघासुर मार्यो गोसुत गाय मिलाए। तिहि भुज की बलि जाय सूर, जिन तिनका तोरि दिखाए। आप जिस भुज के महाबाहु के जरिए आप समस्त जगत का उद्धार किया था, उसी भुज के शरण में हम आते प्रभु। जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ।
Jai Jagannath. All glories to Lord Jagannath. Now the wave is breaking on the Grand Road. There are the ripples we can see from the aerial view of the crowds there. And this is how the black horses, they have been yoked together to Taladhwaj chariot. The chariot that belongs to the eldest of siblings, Lord Balabhadra. Now this is the sea of people. Now this is the sea of people that has been there during all the festivals, all the car festivals over the years. And looking at this sea of crowd, there had been lots of rumors earlier, hundreds of years back. There was a rumor many, many years back in Europe that people, particularly the believers, they come to the Puri to witness the festival and they hurl themselves and they commit suicide there. So that was the image that was given by the non-believers in a very wrong way to the Western world. But in 1633, when a British sailor, Mr. Bhutan, when he arrived, when he was shipwrecked, he arrived in Puri, and that was the time of the car festival. He saw that. He had heard about all those things, the wild things. He saw that, and he looked for the skulls and the bones of the dead bodies, and there was not a single thing untoward that he could witness. And thereafter, he wrote his first report. He said, there was all rumor, what I saw there in Puri. In those days, it was not known as Puri, it was known as Jagannath. The viewers, if they can get hold of the old maps for the last 400 years or 300 years, the name Puri never existed on the map. That was Jagannath, and sometimes it was Purushottam. So it was there, and there was no mention of any such untoward thing that happened. And after him, in 1791, Sir William Hunter came, whose history of Odisha is one of the most documented and one of the most followed document on the history of Odisha. He said, I did not see any such untoward thing. What I saw rather, that was the sea of devotion, and it was all of free will. People came on their own. Nobody called them, and nobody preordained them, and they were not hired. So this is how it happened. And in 1824, when Mr. Sterling came, he emphatically denied all those wild allegations. Because these allegations, these rumors, they had prompted a word to be coined in the English dictionary, Jagannath. In those days, there was no black metal road, there was only the cobbled path. And when the cobbled path, these huge, stout wooden wheels, they were rolling, it was producing a great noise, and that could have frightened the non-believers. And that is the way so many wild allegations and wild rumors, they came up. Anyway, it's a wonderful procession that one gets to see, unparalleled in the whole world. The devotion, the love, it is there. And the devotees come to celebrate the festival here or even elsewhere, those who are not able to come and reach Puri to be a part of the festival. They attend at their nearest possible places and they become a part of the festival to find blessings, to find boon, to find protection, and to find love. This is the celebration of love. Many people consider Lord Jagannatha to be an idol. That is another allegation that has come, that comes sometimes also. And his worship is idolatry. This is also a misconception, like the Jagannaths rolling widely on the cobbled path, and people, they were prompting to kill themselves or hurling themselves at the feet of the giant wheels to find moksha. So this is not idolatry. This is deity worship. Two words are there, idol and deity. Deity is the word, it's a Latin word that comes from Dios. Dios means God. He himself is God. I was talking about, he is no incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations, the Avatari. An idol is an image, like a photograph or a statue, or even something made out of the imagination. And the word deity, that means God, much different from the material world. God is absolute. As we understand him as Brahma, everything changes and disappears over the period of time, but Brahma doesn't. That is the message that was given by the Zoroaster also. Ahura Mazda. Ahura means God, and Mazda means wisdom. The consciousness, the realization of life, that is Brahma. If one gets to understand that feeling inside him, that is the way he can touch the God. So, the pulling of the chariot, and each chariot is tied with 4 cables and cord cables, and mostly at the point in front of the chariot, it is the police people, those who are trained in pulling the chariot, they are there. If they don't take the position there could be some untoward situation. But that is the way. In the top of the cables, at the end of the cables, there are the devotees, they come. And people, they believe that if they pull the chariots, they will attain moksha, because everything has attained divinity here. The dust on the road itself, the chariot, even the servitors also. This is how there is an eager jostle among the people to go forward and pull the chariots. And the Brahma, the Prajnanam Brahma, that means the consciousness, that is highlighted in Aitreya Upanishad in Rig Veda. All glories to Lord Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. And Rath Yatra is celebrated all over. But people, they come here because all the people, all the believers, all schools of thought, all schools of worship, they come here, and Jagannatha consciousness is the melting pot where they find their own worship, own theory, own practice of worship. Even the saints of different orders, different schools of thoughts, and also feelings, they have come here in their pursuit to seek, to understand this absolute. This is the aerial view. This is how the moving chariot is there. It is moving towards right, and that would be stopped at any moment, because there are the huge brick logs of wood, they are tied there, and it is the responsibility of the officials from East Coast Railway. Earlier it used to be known as South Eastern Railway. Yes, the chariot has been stopped because it has turned to the right. It doesn't have a steering, it has to be pulled, because when the devotees, they pull with eager strength, sometimes it takes a tilt to the left side or to the right side. And there is, if one can visit Puri on not a festival day, one can find the white lines, the white markings where the chariots they have to move. And as the navigator is there, he is in fact the cheerleader. He lends his voice with the cheering words, with his movements. He is holding a wand there, and it's like a magic wand. And looking at the waving of the magic wand, the devotees, the people there, those who are in touch with the ropes there, the cables, the choir cables there, they would be pulling that. He is imparting the message of God. He is imparting certain secrets of life. That is his work. He is also a devoted, designated servitor of the temple. That is the way it is there. And many non-believers, they have found, I was talking about idol worship and deity worship. Many, particularly the Westerners, those who are the non-believers, they found the images of Lord Jagannatha, Balabhadra and Subhadra, and they described in their reports as strange, grotesque, peculiar and exceedingly ugly. But where is the point of the ugliness? Because they don't bear the least resemblance of any deity of Hindu pantheon. So these rough images are there, and they have been carved in this way many years back by the divine carpenter